Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Miss Nur Fadila Akmal binti Mamat. So here I and my group want to present about system proposal online university attendance. So here is my group members. I Muhammad Aris bin Abdul Amin, and here is my another three members, Muhammad Nabil Hakim bin Muhammad Maulan, Nur Syahira binti Azhari, and Nur Hakimah Shasha binti Muhammad Jalani. So here I want to talk about introduction to the system. Okay, introduction of the system. First of all, we want to talk about the background of the system, and the background of the system have two categories, yaitu software interface and hardware interface. Software interfaces. First of all, we talk about front end, that we use HTML or HTML5, which is to determine the content of the on a page. Then the back end we use Python because it's easy and we don't have to write a very long code. Python is very easy and is available for the iOS and Android. So we go to the hardware interfaces. Hardware interfaces. First of all, we talk about the hardware environment, which is we use Intel Core i7 processor. And the advantage, it have processor speed 4.1 GHz dual core processor, and its system configuration is 512 MB RAM, 80 GB hard disk, and operating system we use Windows 10. So we go to the scope of the system. Scope of the system, the scope of the system in this system proposal is we want to design the interfaces for the attendance of students, lecturer, and staff at the university. And the second, to provide the facility for the lecturers to send a message to the student who was absent for that class. And the third one, student, lecturers, and staff will have privilege to fill attendance form and update attendance form if have any emergency. Then we go to the review current of existing system. So review current, before this, lecturer and staff, they use punch card to store the data storage. Using the card, university will able to store and access via entering the card into the computer system. Then student attendance will taken manually by the lecturer before start the class, and lecturer will key in the information of students and the university portal. Every each of student information will be known by the university on the portal. Metric card is an important thing for the student because every each data of the student was kept in the metric card. Metric card was used for the student when they have to go out from the university. If have any emergency, they need to wave the punch card near a reader and the presence of the student is recorded, either still in the university or not. And the lastly of the information of the system is feasibility study. So the system can solve the problem regarding the attendance of the student, lecturers, and staff. And the second one, automated the updating of the student credits mark based on their attendance is allowed to take the examination. Available for all types of smartphone, either Android users or iOS users or others. And the last one is capable of accommodating thousands of users at a time. And the last one is problem statement. Problem statement, the first one, we want to reducing the manually waste for the lecturers to take the attendance by class every day. Second one, reducing the time for the lecturers to key in all the students' attendance every day. The third one, taking attendance manually. Sometimes the lecturer will misplace the attendance sheet and force them to ask students to write the attendance of the that day again. And the fourth, student will cheating when they sign on behalf of their absent friends in lecture session. Okay, we continue with another present.
Thank you for that. Thank you to Avis. Okay, next the functional requirement. Requirement analysis, admin module. Admin must add new student or staff. Admin need to modify class of staff. Use report that given by student and staff. Staff module, to enter the system, staff need to log in. Staff must make sure they given the attendance to the student. Student module, student need to log in to access the system. They need to scan the attendance given by staff and admin. System module, the system will present student and staff data, record attendance, and easy to use. The system will collect the information and process the system. Software configuration, the data processing device or software must operate under usual and excessive condition. The program must be in good shape for result. Use case diagram. Admin can sign in the system, add student, add teacher, take the attendance and manage the attendance. Teacher can sign in the system, take the attendance that given by admin, manage the attendance, and report generate. Student can sign in the system, scan the attendance that given by their student, report generate, and log out the system. Activity diagram. Admin activity diagram. Admin can sign in the system. If invalid, admin must sign in again. If valid, admin can add class, add staff, and use report. Admin also can modify class and modify the staff. Staff activity diagram. Staff can sign in the system if the attendant to their student and can see the attendance detail. Student activity diagram. Student can sign in the system. If invalid, they need to enter their matric number and password again. If valid, they can scan the attendance that given by their lecturer. If they cannot scan the attendance, maybe they have a connection problem. If they can scan the attendance detail can be seen by their lecturer. Sequence diagram. Staff can log in the system. After sign in, they can access the home page. At home page, they can take the attendance that given by admin. They can share the attendance using QR code or link. When they access the system, their data have been recorded. The system will detect staff subject and detail. After that, staff can check the attendance detail like name of their student that attend their class. Student can sign in the system. If student cannot sign in the system, maybe they have problem with their matric number or password. If they can sign in the system, they can scan the attendance that given by their lecturer. If they cannot scan the attendance, maybe they have a connection problem and they need to sign in again or scan again the attendance. If they can scan the attendance, the student detail can be seen by their lecturer, and lecturer can see student attend their class. Okay, thank you. I give to the next presenter.
Okay, now we present about non-functional requirement. Okay, in this non-functional requirement, we have reliability. Reliability cannot be guaranteed because it depends on user's connectivity. So when the user's connectivity is not good, then the system cannot work properly. And then the system is available during college hour. The second one is security. We try to make that this system only teachers can assign username and generate password. So how student can log in into the system? They need matrix number and password. So other student that is not authorized with matrix number and password cannot log in the system. And all the password will be stored in university database. The third one is the performance. We try to make this system only take 5 to 10 seconds to verify the student attendance. The system support the number of students. Depends on the number of students in the course at one time. And then the teachers can manually enter the students' attendance if they have connection problems, if the student have connection problems. And the last one is availability. The attendance system will be available only for authorized users, like teachers only to display the attendance and students to mark the attendance. Okay, we will go to next presenter.
Okay, I will continue this presentation with system architecture. And firstly, layer architecture has business layer, which is college data, attendance data, and data configuration. For college data, it is responsible for access to the appropriate college knowledge ceremony, and for the attendance data, it is responsible for the maintenance of the system's attendance data, while data configuration is for management responsible. Okay, this is the example of college data subsystem. Next is the example of attendance subsystem, and this is the example of data configuration subsystem. In layer architecture, we have presentation layer. In presentation layer, we have student portal and administrative portal. And this is the table for student portal. We have list class enroll and show attendance detail. And administrative portal, we have administrative menu, list associated, terminal server, add new terminal, and all of this. Okay, next is table structure. In table structure, this is the
the main point from the interface. Okay, user interface design. Okay, this is the login page. Student must log in with matrix number and their password. If they got wrong for the password, they can't log in their attendance page. Okay, this is the home page for student access. They can check their attendance for the current class that they have. For example, they have discrete structure class at 8 a.m. until 9 a.m. So they can tick their attendance class at this time. Okay, this is attendance filling page. Okay, this is for administrative, which is lecture. They can access the class that on some date. So they can access the subject and the class. So they lecturer can check one by one the student present that class or not. Okay, this is for student information page. So student can check the lecturer can check the student for their information. Just insert their student name and matrix number. And this is the security page for reset password. Okay, this is checking all information page. Okay, this is for lecture only because if they want to check some date of that class, for example on 1 December 2020, so they can check the attendance on that date. Okay, this is the students faculty list page. This is for student and administrative. They can check their course and matrix number, also their name. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you.